over the course of the whole show, my opinion has changed for some characters quite drastically. A good example is Spike. At first I liked him as comic relief / abused servant, where most of his snarky comments were just an icing on the cake. Then came All's Well episode and Secret of My Excess. And soon enough, Spike's name was synonymous with liquid shit. I dreaded seeing Spike-centered episodes ever since then. Honestly, I was ready to rather impale upon it than watch Spike be the lead. And though there were some okay ones, the cringe was still breaking my ribcage seeing Spike. Yet since season 6 with some good direction, story and characters, Spike has regained the respect and even admiration on my part. Still, I'm not here to poke the dragon. For today's little insight we have the one and only, glorious and fabulous Rarity. See, every one of us earlier on watching the show start to get some ideas whether or not we like the characters. Rarity to me represented that snobbish part of everyone's friends circle, and so I didn't pay much attention to her. Now, Rarity is supposed to be the element of generosity, but the first act that made me doubt the validity of this claim was during the episode Dragon Shy. The word greed is very opposite of generosity, yet fast became the one thing describing Rarity best. And this trend just keeps appearing time and time again. Still, over the time watching the little marshmallow interact with everyone, it was rather clear how show's creator intended Rarity to be. Not generosity, but inspiration, the spark of creativity and imagination. After reading a little bit about the intended element of inspiration and the change to generosity, I was rather appalled to learn that someone out there thinks that the concept of inspiration is too hard to understand for kids. So they changed it to generosity. Like literal, what the fuck, you inbreds? Kids are too thick for that? Really? Even back in the day in the Hive, the concept of inspiration, a moment of sudden creativity, was very clear. But nope, I guess your kids be too slow! Looking into the show as a whole, I would have loved to have a character that would fully embrace the imaginatory and creative side of themselves. For new artists or even hobbyists, it'd be fantastic to see the little fabulous pony embrace this role. But nope, let's slap her with the false title that she herself breaks before showcasing any generosity. Now that's just sad. Oh, and better yet, generosity is ultimately a positive trait, but it's a part of elements of harmony. While it might be just the name, there's only one element that is truly neutral, and that's magic. So again, inspiration could have worked so much better. But okay, at this point that's just nitpicking, and I guess that's why you're here. I still do have to say that even with all the grief and hate I give Rarity, she's that one character that has inspired yours truly to be more generous. More so than any other character in the show. No, I still go and consume love for multiple reasons. Mainly though just so I don't become one of those walking eyesores that my kin has become. But that put aside, now that I think of it, without the show and without Rarity in the first place, I wouldn't have done some neat things for my friends. Personally, my favorite moment has been in Rarity Takes Manhattan. Seeing how Rarity's generosity inspires further generosity in others made me think a little, and after some real world practice, I shit you not, this actually works. Sure, not always, but even so, the impact you have on someone's day or even life, but just that one moment makes you think. Bottom line though, for me, has always been watching an artist do their magic, and Rarity throughout the show has provided us with plenty of moments where just a simple phrase or imagery could be used to create something spectacular. And though I don't count myself as an artist, I feel the inspirational spark the more I try to make something. Even practicing in new artist training ground has yielded some similar results. I mean, come on, that's why you see me like this and not this. And you know, the drive for me to create something only increases the more I try it. As I look at Rarity's character, well, the greed is one thing that makes me hate her, but even with that, the artistic qualities and generous acts when done right are uncomparably inspirational. And as a last thing, a little lesson from me to you. It doesn't matter if you do arts or not, as long as you keep on doing it and more importantly try to push the limits of what you do, the better your work will become. But if you stop, you'll start to stagnate.